after it's pitched. Again full and again flicked away on the leg side. Hello, hello. My goodness. Lily really did ask for that, and that's really very silly. Jarvid meandered. Hello. My goodness. Oh, this is absolutely disgraceful. It really is absolutely stupid. I cannot understand. Lily actually asked for that. He encroached upon Jarvid Meandad's line, and we very nearly had ourselves a fight on the ground. I really think that that's very silly, and I think that Greg Chappell is actually having a pretty harsh word there with Dennis Lilly.
I sincerely hope so, because that was a terrible thing to see on the cricket field. Really is taking antagonism far too far. And we're glad to see Greg Chappell come into that. And as you can see, he there aiming a kick at Jarvid Meandad, and Meandad aiming to hit Lily with the bat. And umpire Crafter here doing a very good job.
That was the second part of that incident. In fact, I would suggest that it was started by Lily. On this occasion, Lily gets his hands up and, in fact, moves backwards now to get into Jarvid Meandad's way, I think. Jarvid Meandad prepared to go around him. Lily moving across into his way. Now, remember, Jarvid Meandad's out of his crease there. Lily sticking the shoulder into Meandad, and, of course, Meandad pushing him because he's got to get into the batting crease. Meandad has a hit at that one, and it's gone down to deep mid-wicket. And so that's how that little incident started, and there's no doubt in my opinion that it was started by Lily. And it really was a nasty one. Fight taking place on the cricket ground, but this is about as close as one has ever come to it. Lily moving across, putting his shoulder into Jarvid Meandad's chest. Meandad has to try and go for his crease, because if he doesn't, he could be run out. Lily then turns around and points towards the umpire as if to say, Pakistani manager with a cigarette in his hand, he's got big enough problems without having incidents to worry about. His team is about to get slaughtered. But they are very seriously, obviously, discussing the incident. And it wouldn't surprise me if we heard a rumour or something of that sort suggesting that the Pakistanis might be going home. I quite often hear those.
John Edwards, the Australian players have had a very good look at the Channel 9 replay of the incident. What was their version after looking at it?
Well, after looking 7 or 8 times, Ian, at the slow-mo replays in particular, they came to the decision, most of them who hadn't been close to the incident, that Dennis did have some cause for a type of retaliatory action. At the same time, not condoning his action in any shape or form. They made that perfectly clear. But the reason that their fine was $200, which seems pretty light on the face of the what happened, was so low, was because they thought that the first actual physical contact was made by Jarvid. And that's after watching the slow-mo several times in that room, just one after the other. So probably something no one in Australia has had a chance to do, see so many in such a short time of it.
So they think, in their own opinion, that Jarvid's action was on purpose, that he hit Lily on purpose.
Oh, by all means. They think that he shoved him pretty forcibly, which shows up pretty well in that. That had he not done that, nothing else may have followed. And this is part of their reasoning in doing it. They're also a bit disturbed too that Dennis, of course, is the big mad man, which he has been for painted several years, or you've been with him longer than I have, but in 3 years of managing sides, I've got on famously. It's a pleasure to work with Dennis, although, you know, his aluminium bat thing gave us a bit of a stir-up. He's that sort of fellow. He's a volatile fellow. But by the same token, Jarvid's not exactly the white-haired boy around the place, and we go back to that Rodney Hogg incident in the Melbourne cricket ground when he ran him out while he was patting the wicket down. That didn't go over very well with Melbourne crowds, and the boys have found him a bit irritating on the field over the years. So he's not just the white-haired boy that he's sort of being painted as the big hero at the moment. But that's not, I'm not sort of trying a mudslinging match there. And by the same token, again, I point out that Dennis Lilly's action was certainly not condoned in any way by any members of the team. I think the major criticism they're coming under now is that the fine of $200 was too low. This seems to be the census opinion, but it was unanimous.
With that in mind, are you expecting any more from the board on the incident?
I've heard nothing conclusive about that. No board member has mentioned that to me, although I did late last night see Phil Ridings and Lenny Maddox.